9:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I wanted to do a quick update here, and this is going out to both of my channels. If you guys were part of my class, I want to thank you for watching. We had a lot of people in there tonight. So first off, Bitcoin. We still technically haven't broken down through the symmetrical triangle. So as of right now, Bitcoin's caught inside this wedge that is created after breaking down on a technical uptrend from this part. We could come down through this, but I like it like this because that seems accurate. But we've definitely fallen through here. And there's no way we can really do this to make it have this fit in here. Otherwise, you'd just be stretching this pattern. So to me, it looks like Bitcoin, at least, I guess you could come over here. But yeah, that's how, I mean, it's come down through it is what my point. It came down through it a little bit, but we haven't broke down through the symmetrical. So until you break the symmetrical triangle, it's not technically going to retrace hard. It can. We're getting to a point to where we are in a danger zone. The 4 hourly on the stochastic and the RSI can definitely come down a little bit, not much, but it can come down some still. But as long as we're on the top side of here, we're still bullish. The moment you break through this is where you're going to have to seriously consider if you want to hold a position and ride it possibly back down to 39 or 38,000. This has been the whole thing we've been saying the whole time. As long as we're on the top side of the symmetrical, we're fine. I broke down the chart to where you didn't have to see all the other lines, except for the important parts. But this is what you're looking at. As long as it stays above this, you're fine. But if it breaks down below this, it's serious issues, and you're not going to want to be in position. If you're in Matic, it's the same thing. Matic came back down within a symmetrical triangle, but it's still holding the support on the smaller symmetrical. Or the ascending triangle. But this is what you're looking at. So if Matic falls back below there, you're not going to want to be in it because you'd have a minimum move of $1.42 and back down to $1.36. Right now, the golden ratio is holding of $1.55. If it breaks, we have a big problem. And right now, with Bitcoin, it's 50-50 right now, like it's been. We don't know if we're going to have to retest lower before a big breakout, but we're definitely going to be paying attention to this because if we have to get out of positions, we're going to be getting the fuck out. I'll tell you that right now. And then we'll just buy back cheaper. And we're getting close right now to, do we stay in? Do we go out? It's getting to a point right now where you really have to pay attention to Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin hasn't broken that symmetrical triangle. It hasn't broken back within it. That downtrending resistance is holding as support right now. And you could technically say we might be creating a W reversal here. So we're going to see what happens. We're getting lower on the RSI and stochastic, which means we're probably going to have some kind of retest before we go all the way, until we just drop. So that's what I'd be looking at for Bitcoin. That's what I'd be looking for with the overall market. With Matic, heed my warning. If it falls through here, we've got a big problem. We've been trying to break out of the actual symmetrical triangle and we failed. So now we're going to be trading in between here, and this could be an issue if we fall any farther. So now if we get rejected by here again, let's say we came back up and we're at $1.66 and we get rejected or $1.63, that would be your sell signal because then the next time it's $1.49, $1.62. Then it would probably come down even more. So we had a bearish cross in the 4 hour time frame, as I've been saying, the 20 crossing the 50. That's a very bearish signal, which means, and this was the first time we flashed bearish in a while for the short term. The 20 cross the 50, that's very bearish. It can be a fake out. The 4 hourly on the stochastic and the RSI are in the oversold areas. So, or at least close to it, now that the stochastic pulled up a little bit. But they're still in the oversold. So we're probably going to have a retest before we'd have a further breakdown. But it's not guaranteed. So just pay attention to those numbers. And for XRP, we're right down at a double bottom on XRP. We're at the 78 cent. I would, that's where we came down before in this area, but I'm saying the 77 cents. If it breaks this, that's where we had to come down and touch this. So this is a good spot right here. If it could hold this area, if it could hold right in here, it would be perfectly fine. This came down to the 77, came a little bit lower than the other one, which is fine. But this is where I thought that we could get a potential buy spot here with XRP. It's just, it too has had a bearish cross. And for everybody in Matic, you see what XRP did. It had the first drop, then it had the sudden drop. That's what Matic's going to do. And so XRP is going to come down lower, I think. Now that this is confirming this breakdown, we're probably going to have to come back and retest the symmetrical triangle now, unfortunately, now that we pulled down. Assuming this doesn't pull up. You can still pull up on the smaller symmetrical, but if you break back through the bigger symmetrical, you come down to here. So the next move would be 67 cents if you break down past here. So make sure you're selling out at the appropriate times, but make sure you're selling out at the appropriate times if you have to. Stay blessed.